Nigeria's Presidential Committee on Tax Reforms has called for the reduction in the number of taxes citizens pay. The committee, while briefing newsmen after presenting their reports to President Bola Tinubu, says that while Nigeria hopes to reach an 18% tax-to-GDP ratio in the shortest possible time, this can be achieved without increasing taxes and making it a burden on citizens. Again, my colleague Amadin Uyi put this report together.
The report had long been awaited because the time given by the president for submission had long elapsed. However, due to the busy schedule of the president, the committee have been unable to secure an appointment to submit their report. They finally had an opportunity to meet with President Bola Tinubu at the State House in Abuja.
The committee presented to Mr. President a report on quick wins achieved by the Tax Policy Review Committee in conjunction with directives given by His Excellency Mr. President on the day that committee was inaugurated.
The work we have been given to do has three pillars. One is fiscal governance and issues to do with fiscal policy, coordination with monetary policy, issues to do with respect for legal thresholds, debt to GDP, debt service to revenue ratio, deficit in the budget as a ratio of GDP, and so on and so forth.
While the committee admits that taxes help the growth and development of any nation, they also add that there is a need to remove impediments which limits Nigerians from exporting their services abroad. They also add that there is a need to reduce the number of taxes citizens pay.
We have over 60 taxes and levies officially collectible by federal government, state government, and local government. Unofficially, those taxes are over 200, making life difficult for our people. So the objective we have, and that's what we're working towards, is to bring all of that to a single digit. So the taxes at all levels of government combined, we think should be less than 10. And we've seen countries like South Africa generating more than our entire national tax revenue from just one tax.
The chairman of the committee adds that the committee is looking forward to changing the nation's tax laws and has already commenced engagements with stakeholders and the public.
Now we are at that phase of rewriting our laws. We spent time with the Senate, and we would also do the same thing with the House of Assembly. And the whole idea is we think that some of the reforms we need to introduce, we have to go to the Constitution itself. Lack of clarity about taxing rights between levels of government. We are all familiar with the dispute around VAT, value-added tax. We think that the solution will not come from the courts. It will come from Nigerians coming together to say, actually, this is the best way to deal with this matter.
The committee has assured all citizens willing to contribute their input to the nation's tax reforms, including persons living with disabilities, saying they will be given an opportunity to present their recommendations. Amadin Uyi, reporting for News Central.
To make better sense of all of this, we're joined by Chartered Accountant and Fiscal Policy Analyst Suraj Oyewale. Thank you very much for joining us. The committee chairman announced at the Quick Wins Report presentation that the group has recommended consolidating more than 200 levies into just 10. What effect is the proposal anticipated to have on businesses?
Yeah. The first effect is going to have is that for businesses, that's going to reduce the cost of compliance. At the moment, it takes a lot to comply with Nigerian tax laws. I worked in the oil and gas industry for 15 years as a tax manager. So I dealt with government a lot. I dealt with FRS and all the various revenue collecting agencies of government. And I can tell you for a fact that to comply with Nigerian tax laws is quite difficult. The cost of compliance is very, very difficult. You have some levies, a lot of levies, a lot of taxes that you have to do. So it's a welcome development that the Taiwo Committee has come up with an idea that why not let us just consolidate all of these into maybe just 10, taxes, and that's the major development. And I believe that's going to reduce the cost of compliance. It also, that also reduces the chance of people engaging in some tax evasion. We have to just tax 10 taxes that we are talking about. So it's easier for you to comply. It's easier for government to even track. It's even easier for government to even avoid, to even audit you, because we're dealing with just few taxes rather than having all manner of taxes that some of them are even archaic, and not even some of these countries that we got them from are not even taxing, are not even using them again. So I believe it's a welcome development.
I would like your thoughts on a couple of suggestions made by the committee. The reports that they presented addressed strategies, including using technology, that's data for tax, to increase the tax base. It also touches on the elimination of diesel fuel VAT, tax breaks for compressed natural gas, that's CNG conversion, and renewable energy products. Can you draw a line across these suggestions and why they should be highlighted?
Technology is very, very important for tax. Some of the countries that have done quite well in tax collection and tax administration, they are enabled by the taxes. In the UK, for example, the HMRC, that is the omnibus tax collection agency, uses a lot of technology. What that means is that interface between human beings are reduced. When interface is reduced, then it reduces the chance of corruption in the system. It reduces the chance of people giving the system. So it's a welcome development that we have. That this committee is advocating data for tax. Technology is very, very important for tax collection. Even in Africa here, Kenya is doing very well on using technology for tax. Senegal is doing well on all of these things. So I believe that we are big enough to be able to also do this. Another good thing about this thing is that so this data for tax also gives us an opportunity for us to see a broader perspective and consolidate some of these biometric systems we have at the moment. For example, you have NIN, you have passport number, you have
BVN,
tax identification number for federal taxes, you have the state PID for state taxes. So all of these things are difficult to, they're just different data from different agencies. So I believe it's a welcome development that this committee is advocating or is recommending that we should have some sort of consolidated data for tax collection and tax.
Suraj.
And also. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I was just saying, let's share your optimism and hope for the best for the suggestions and proposals that's been put forward. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.